Hello, I am Bentham and welcome back to Niche, where in the previous episode our tribe met a new creature. This is Sime, and she's been immediately invited in with open arms. We've even let her go straight to the nest and mate with Vankir, and already we have a child called Kirkuro who ended up with a very good mix of genetics. I think he'll go far, which is very nice. But yes, we already have some plans about how we're going to continue from here, so I'm already working on exactly how that's going to work. And yeah, Coriana is going to come visit. Or is it Coriana? No, it's the other one, isn't it? Is it Vankir and Coriana? How was I doing it again? I had a particular plan, but maybe I've messed it up and got the sexes confused. That's right, it was going to be Vankir and Coriana. Sime has had Kokoro and now can wander off and, I don't know, harvest nuts or whatever she in particular is good at. Let me check these again. Yeah, it's I and D, so Roku is a bad idea. Only Vankir really works. I mean, there's potentially others like, yes, because it's I and D, so Redukduk is a possibility, and so is Tanvanku. Yeah, Sime has a really good mix of genes, really. A couple of people have the immunity D, but it seems like that's mostly... Yeah, I think it's only Roku and Coriana, if anything. We need immunity D to be a little bit more common, the way things have worked out. But yeah, so it's going to be Vankir and Coriana. Next, the children of Rakir and Lare. I know it's maybe not a good idea to do that, but we've looked at the actual genetics, and it actually works out fine, the way that things have turned out. The immunities are perfect. It's B and C and A and D, and there's no hemophilia and all that sort of thing. That's the thing, Rakir and Lare were a really good start. They didn't have any really cool stuff, but they started with a very good baseline, and there was good things like starting with high fertility, so you don't have to worry about that. So Vankir and Coriana are in a pretty good position. Really, Coriana should have been getting more involved in things. Probably, I think was it? Oh no, Coriana and Roku isn't a good mix. That was the problem. Coriana didn't have a male really to match up with. As it is now, you got A and D, so. Redukduk, it works. That's the thing. Redukduk's ended up in a really good position in terms of immunities to breed with everybody. But we don't want that because you're blind. But we can fix that with the mutations menu, as we have learned. So perhaps we'll work on that. But yeah, I think, well, nothing needs to be done right now because Kokoro can't leave the nest yet. I do notice, though, that the nest needs fixing. So can we do that? Yes, we can. I think that used 3 or 5 nest material or whatever it was. And then Sime can wander off somewhere else. But yes, so Vankir and Coriana happen to be right next to each other, so I guess might as well, Vankir doesn't have to go return to the nest, he just needs to mate with Coriana, and then Coriana can make her own way back. That's what Coriana can do. I guess you can harvest some more fruit or something, I don't really know. I guess just set off back. Interesting that you can't go there, but you can go here. I don't know why that's the case. It's very weird. Anyway, off you go. I don't want to build a nest. Of course, because you're pregnant, that's now an option you can have on all your tiles. Bit of digging to do on the way, and you can hop up next to the nest ready. And Vankir can go off and fish some more, I guess. He wants to hang around here. As we've seen, he's got a good mix of genes, so he wanted to stay near the nest to do to be available if needed, and so he can carry on patrolling this area for fish. I'm sure there's some around. Get back to Rakir and that later. Tanvanku up here, now an adult. So definitely time to start his hunting career in earnest. And there are quite a few animals around to hunt. So there's a rabbit right there. Let's see if we can... I mean, Lare's already snuck up, but I want Tanvanku to give it a shot. And that's that one dead. You can harvest that food. Very good. Meanwhile, Roku's got plenty of... Oh, let me just... Always good to double check any creatures around as people move about. That's all fine. Yeah, Roku can do more fruit harvesting and that sort of thing. There's more food on this tree. There isn't any more, though, so now Roku can wander down to another one. We've abandoned this one down here. Let's get on the move and go visit that one. Just walk through a rock? Yeah, sure, that's fine. Then we've got Relame. What can Relame do? Nothing urgent springs to mind. I reckon there's probably Should do a bunch of grass clearing around here so people have a clear route to actually get over there. We want this place to be more open so we can bring over some people to harvest the nuts over here. Meanwhile, we have our duck can wander up this way a bit. Can't even clear that grass because you can't see it. Can't even walk further because you can't see it. Wow. Okay, blind creatures actually have to be led around by ones that can see. That's worse than I thought. In that case, we definitely don't want our creatures to be blind. Seamay can wander up here and clear the grass for you, seeing as you can't do it. You can do a bit more fruit harvesting. We've got Rana down here, as ever. Plenty of nuts to gather. Just carry on with that forever. And that is everyone done apart from Lare and Roku. The original, like the parents, grandparents, even I think maybe great-grandparents now of everyone in the tribe. Not yet. It just looks like it because the generations went weird. But yeah, they're like their genes are in pretty much everybody, as far as I can tell. I don't think there's any creature apart from, of course, Rana and Seamay that don't trace their lineage back to one or the other. And it is potentially their final day. It says they have 1 day to live. And I think that might mean that when we take the day over, they die. Maybe it means they'll have 1 more day after this, but I'm guessing that this is their final day. And I feel like rather than just have them continue to serve the tribe and focus on gathering food and stuff, they've earned the, you know, at least the chance to be together 1 more time before they end. So they're going to go meet up. Let's just bring them both this way. By the river seems nice. They should get to spend a bit of time together with each other on their final day. So you can wander over this way. And you can as well. Oh, you've got an action left. I mean, I guess shouldn't waste it. Harvest a berry bush. And there we are. Tired after many days, weeks, I guess, of work. They've been alive for, yeah, I guess, yes, 24 days total, including all that. So yeah, these creatures don't live very long, but they've had very, very full lives. They've achieved a lot, and they've built together a tribe that will hopefully live on for many years after they are gone. But I think that this is the end for them. What's this over here? Is that a child has been... Yeah, that's all fine. But yeah, this is the end for them. They might have 1 more day. In that case, I think I'm just going to leave them. I'm just going to let them spend their time, not use their actions. They would deserve a rest, but I think that we are saying goodbye to them now. So let's tick over the day. And there they go. A little bit unceremonious, I'd say, really. They just sort of crumble to bones. A little bit grim. But they died together, and I think they were happy of their achievements. And their legacy will live on. I think their genes were the foundation upon which this tribe was built, and that will never be forgotten. Yeah, I guess we'll leave the area for a while. We'll not have people wandering around there. That would perhaps be... Perhaps they could go over there and pay their respects, but I think perhaps it's better to leave them. So yeah, we still have... how many creatures do we have now? What's the number gone down to? They still appear on the family tree for a while. As long as there are creatures that are directly descended from them, they are still there. Only once this whole generation are dead will both of them disappear. In fact, no, it'll go even further than that, I think, or will it? No, it won't actually, because the 3rd generation is from Rana and Vankir, not those 2. So they'll stay on the thing for a while, but we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 creatures in our tribe. Still a good amount, and they will happily continue on the work of their parents and or grandparents. I was about to say that it shouldn't be and or, but actually, potentially, it can be, I think. I don't think that's happened with anybody. No, it's not happened. No one's got a weird match of them tracing the lineage back twice and stuff like that yet. Very soon they will, admittedly. Right. Kakuro can vacate the nest. I'll just remind myself, good at everything, that's what you are. Jack of all trades, so you can start with some collecting as you move out from the nest. And Coriana can move in. And you can get on with other things in the meantime. Let's just hop in the nest. Already pregnant, I do believe. That's all fine. I don't know if that can ever go wrong or anything. I've yet to see that. Not got much else to do with your time. I mean, I guess you could... Oh, you can try digging over here. More food. And you can also shake the tree, just to help everyone else with the work. Nothing actually fell. Ah well. And the next turn we'll see what happens. It'll be the child of Coriana and Vankir, so we'll see what happens with the fur there. I'm interested to see how that lines up. It'll be annoying if once again you get the two different genes. I'd like to see what happens when you get matching genes and whether that looks different, or however that works. Alright, yeah, we were sending Roku down to this berry bush over here. Want to make good use of it. Shouldn't waste the food that is being provided. Oh, actually, there wasn't much on there to start with. I guess you can spend the rest of your time clearing out a bit of grass. Meanwhile, Tanvanku is deep in the grasses and is hunting at the moment. Can we see or hear anything weird around, or smell, in fact? Nope, but there's plenty of rabbits to attempt to harvest. Attack that one. Got it instantly. We'll harvest that food. Still got a turn left. Don't know what to do with it. Thinking strategically, I think I'm... Actually, I was going to say I'll leave it and then move him at the end of the day. But I think what I'll actually do is clear out some grass nearby to... oh, we did it. We did scare something. Oh well, but yeah, we need to clear out the grass because at the moment that's a bit of a dangerous place to be. If something creeps up, we're not going to be able to see it or get to it in time to potentially save Tavanku. Right, over here we have Relame. Relame's got a... I wish I could remember them all, but of course the tribe is constantly growing and changing, so it's hard to keep track of everything that's going on. I think Relame's not... Let me look at the genes, that's always the easiest way. Digging Paw, Velvet Paw. Little bit of hunting ability, especially with the horns. So that's workable. Digging's useful. You can see if you can find a couple of uses for that. I think at the moment you should probably just get on with clearing out grass. I mean, that one there is a mole hill, so we should leave that. But we've had a very bad record with mole hills so far, so I don't know if it really matters that much. Perhaps we should just clear out the grass and use it as open ground. Berry bush here, might as well collect from, because I'd forgotten this was here. And there's some grass on the bush, so we'll clear that out as well. Meanwhile, down here we've got Vankir. Don't see any fish around again. I wonder if at some point I should send you out to this island. That was something I was considering. I realised between episodes that what I should have done was start moving Lare and Roku a bit sooner, and had them journey either to the nest or back to the island where they started to end their days where they began. That would have been nice, but I forgot about it and it was too late. I could only just bring them together and put them next to the nice bit of river there. Yeah, Vankir, continue your patrols. They've been fairly effective so far. He says finding nothing. Yeah, wander back then. Meanwhile, Rana has plenty to do. Nuts to harvest all over the place. And we can shake the tree again to gather some more. And we've got Sime, you're good at collecting and swimming, actually. Yeah, swimming's alright, but we should send you fishing. Because you also have 2 in fishing. Yeah, you've got a good mix of that stuff, because you got the swimming tail, that's what it is. What's there to do there? Digging, but you're not very good at it. I'd wander you up that way along the river, but as I've said, I want to leave them there. Oh, before you leave, Redukduk should do his work so that he, someone can see for him. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is just sit here and harvest fruit, as it turns out. Actually, there's none left, so you don't harvest that grass. There's a molehill there, but we've got it surrounded. The mole's never going to stay visible. It's just going to keep hiding every 5 minutes because it knows it's surrounded by predators that want it dead. Sime, you can wander off this way. Ah, there is some alga to collect. So that was something. And you can carry on wandering this way, see if you can spot anything. Anyone else with work? I think that's everybody done. Yep, that is everybody done. Okay then, we will tick it over. Yeah, there's our record. May they rest in peace. I hope they were happy with their achievements. I think they should have been. Let's tick over the day, and I think that will mean the bones disappear. No, they're still around. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder how long they stay. Or maybe they, as soon as we look, they're gone. Not sure how that works. It's raining, which means the grasses are regrowing, which isn't the best, but also means the fruit's regrowing, which is good. We've got loads of nest material now. We've got enough to build 2 new nests if we feel like. At some point, maybe we'll start doing that, because we are using this nest constantly. Right, let's go and look at what we can smell. Nothing out in the water. And what we can hear. Nothing trying to creep up on us and murder us, or indeed join us. We can have Roku do some more harvesting. Actually, the new child's been born, hasn't it? I forgot about that. Let's go have a look. That fur colour looks subtly different from everyone else's, so I think maybe my initial theory was correct. This is Ducta. Let's have a look at the family tree. So yeah, you've got 2 red-brown fur genes, whereas normally they have a mix of red and moss brown, and I think they do mix, because that's a very subtly different colour, I would say. And it's a little bit brighter than Rana. And Rana had a mix of red, brown, and black. So I think we've proved the theory. I think it is the case that they mix. And so Ducta is the only creature we have that has pure red-brown fur, even though practically every creature we've had so far has had the gene in some form. This is the first time we've had it expressed entirely purely. Okay, so immunities A and B, very good. High fertility, very good. Normal blood clotting, pattern stuff, all the usual thing. Carrying violet eyes, always a nice one. The fancy colours are always cool. Blue eyes are neat as well, though. No melanism, no albinism, medium tail, hind legs, digging paw and claw. Alright, mix to have. I don't know, I don't like the digging paw though, really. It seems like digging is not that useful. Unless I'm missing some particular feature of it, it's like you can get a root from some places. It's like, well, any other type of paw will be better for that, because every time you harvest a nut, it's 2 food. Every time you harvest a berry bush, it can be 2 or even 3 food, depending on what you're collecting is. Just doesn't seem like a very good thing to have, the digging paw. We'll have to see if something comes up. Maybe there's a certain maps where, like, you've got to dig for food to survive. I imagine that's brutal, because you've got to be digging non-stop to be able to keep everyone fed in that case. You've got medium body, short snout, carrying, big nose every time. Every time we're carrying it, but it's not expressed. Not a single creature we have has expressed it, but like half of them are carrying it. Normal eyes, carrying short-sighted eyes. Decent mix to have. What did our parents have? Both had blind eyes, and I forgot to do the whole mutations thing, so it's a good job it worked out how it was. And now I think about it, you probably need to do the mutations thing before you mate, rather than just before the creature's born, because otherwise how would the male affect things? So I did not consider that. So yeah, I keep forgetting about that. I need to get used to that and use it and give people good eyes. But luckily, worked out okay. No horns, but carrying ram horns, so not too terrible. Ears are normal. So overall, good mix of stuff there. I'm happy with that. Things have been going better recently. The dice have been rolling in our favour, after definitely not rolling in our favour for a while. So that's pretty neat. Yep, I think Ducta is a very good addition to the herd. However, we are getting short on females here. All the kids in the 3rd and 3.5 generation are male, and it's a bit scary. Oh, I bet what it is that this is like generation 2 and this is generation 3, and then this is generation 2.5 because it's a mix of generations 1 and 2. I'm guessing that's why they've turned up there, and then these have turned up down here. It's not that these have been pushed down, it's that these have been sort of snuck in the middle. So yeah, this is generation 2 and this is 3, and then this is a weird half step between them. So yeah, we need more females. That's definitely a thing. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about the mutations of that. That doesn't make sense, so I don't know why I would even consider that as a possibility. I mean, there's nothing we can do apart from keep trying. I mean, we have 3 females. We have 4 females, really. It's just that Rana, I think, is done with her breeding days. Got plenty of time left, but she's already like so involved in the family tree that there's not many people left that she can mate with that won't end up with awkward things with immunity. So it's time for generation 2 now. So what else can we do? We've got Lare and Roku as a combination that's quite nice. We can also try Lare and some of these potentially. Actually, let's look at seeing as they're, like, Coriana is present in the nest, you've got A and D, so I've just seen Vankir works. Roku doesn't work, definitely. Redukduk works. Ducta doesn't work brilliantly. Kirkuro works, but of course Kirkuro's not an adult yet, so these two down here are not much use at this stage. Yeah, Generation 2.5 is now all adults. It's just these guys. So maybe Coriana and Redukduk, and we'll just give Redukduk all of the sight genes to try and fix that. Because everything else is great, it's just making it so that there's the best chance of normalize as possible. And yeah, we'll do a similar thing with Coriana, because also sight is the one bad thing that Coriana has. Or lacks, as the case may be. So yeah, Redukduk and Coriana, let's try that. I've decided I'm not going to shun Redukduk like my original plan was, especially with the mutation menu, it shouldn't work too badly. So let's do that next. Of course, we'll need a turn before Ducta can clear the nest, so we can get on with other things. In the meantime, that is our plan. We could finish here, but I think I'll carry on for a little bit longer. Just so we'll have another turn of stuff before we finish. So, Rana, usual thing. We'll get out of the way the ones that we know the jobs of. That's just the endless cycle that Rana performs now. It's slightly... I mean, it's a bit monotonous. It is maybe not the nicest fate for someone who has been an important part of the evolution of our tribe. But it's a very important job of feeding everyone. We're drowning in food now, though, which is awesome. Meanwhile, Vankir, always with the fishing. Let's go look for more fish. If there's any around, you can go quite far because our plan doesn't involve you for the moment. And there's nothing to do. Let's wander out this far and see if we can spot anything new. Nothing yet, but the coast is a good way of getting around the island and having a proper look around the place. Anyway, of course all the fruit is regrown, so that gives plenty for Roku to do. Or apparently not. We've been over-harvesting this bush perhaps, and so it's not really gaining as much food as we'd like. Perhaps you can wander off somewhere else for a while. Who is it that has 3 collecting? Because somebody does. Is it you? No, it's not you. Who has it? I swear there was someone who had it. And so there was someone whose job was gonna... Oh, it's Rana! That's the problem. Rana's already good at other things. It's already, I think, more reliable to harvest nuts than to harvest berries. Did no one else have it, though? I thought at least somebody had 3 collecting other than Rana. Apparently not, though. Ah, well. Because they'd be perfect to just do the rounds on all the berry bushes. Alright, you can wander up this way to harvest this one, though this one gets over-harvested, really. Speaking of, Redukduk can do a bit more of that. In fact, Redukduk can wander over here right now and enact the plan, or not, because, of course, Coriana is in a nest with a child, and so it's maybe a little bit too soon. Too hasty, Redukduk. You were blind, so you couldn't see. You can... That's your excuse. Attempted to dig, nothing happened. Meanwhile, Kakuro, you can wander up this way a bit, do a bit more harvesting. That's that berry bush completely harvested. Thing is, Coriana can leave, can't she? Yeah, she totally can just wander off. So if I do that first, then I'm allowed to mate. That seems a bit mean. Coriana's like, ah, you'll be fine, kid. I've got better things to do. You can just sit in the nest. I mean, I know it's raining, but like, you got some fur. I don't know. You'll be fine. We've all survived the rain. So you can try mating now. Get that sorted, and then I don't know what else to do with you. Oh, you can do digging, of course. Get on with that. That's all fine. Who else has got work to do? It is just these two out here doing their hunting and clearing, and Sime over here looking for some fishing opportunities. I think we should go swimming, because I have found out that it helps us to evolve more swimming stuff. We can't go very far though. There is some fish here. Let's try catching them. I'm going to see what happens if I leave Sime in the water. This could go badly wrong. Might drown, but I think it works okay. And then we've got Tavanku doing the hunting. It's gone well so far. Let's see if you can sneak up on this guy over here. Ah, I spotted you. How about going this way? Sounds like they spotted you, but they ain't moved, so kill him. Got ya. And we switch to smell, maybe we can... Yeah, then we can see the food. So harvest that next round. And then we've got Ralame over here. It needs to clear out some more grass. That's basically your task at the moment. So, wander this way. Keep clearing it. We need a root to the tree, but the grass keeps regrowing. So it's slow work. Really, we need someone else to help with the task, I'd say. But that is everybody, I do believe. Yep, tab doesn't do anything, so we are done. Well, there's plenty to harvest from there. We'll send Roku over there next then. That's definitely a good place to go. But yeah, we'll take over the day just because it's nicer to see how everyone looks when their heads are up again. And hopefully it stopped raining. Nope, it's still raining. Oh well, everyone's fine though. The new kid, Doctor, has woken up. Yeah, that's completely full of fruit now, it looks like. And Sime is still alive, so that didn't go horribly wrong. You didn't drown or anything like that. I was a bit worried. Health hasn't gone down or anything. Oh, you do... Oh, you got cold resistance and you got heat resistance. Both at 1, so that's awesome. So you're normally a bit too warm, but you've been cooled down, apparently. And that's worked out really nice, because your cold and heat resistance are now 1 each, I suppose? Don't know how this works, really. Got defense as well. Yeah, so you'd be good in fights and stuff like that, potentially. Speed 2. What's your strength? Does it show it? Maybe it's not good enough to show. Maybe that's your particular weakness. It should show, actually, because you've got a big body, and that has an effect. Yeah, being in the water cools you down. Anyway, enough of that. Everything's going well at the moment. The original pair have died, but the tribe is still going strong. And we have definite plans about where we are going. And the genes are looking good. And I forgot to do the mutation thing again before I bred Coriana or a Duck, so the kid's gonna be blind. Well, crap. We'll try and do better next episode. But with that, I shall say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.